And here we go. This is an image that I took about a week ago. This is out here in Hawaii on the beach in Oahu. So as you can see in the image, I've got the islands in the background, people right there toward the middle 1/3 area, and some beach right here, and then some greenery right here. And so in the image, I was trying to make sure I had enough light on both the subject, the grass, and everything. The light was coming this way from the right side of the screen. And this was shot at, and you can see right here, it tells you. Oh, where is it? Where's the info? There it is. Shot at almost 9 in the morning on March 2nd. So looking at the image, you can see it's pretty clean. I think I'm shooting their heads right into the ocean. That way it's not blown out. So I haven't made a selection yet, which I'll do now. And the way you do a selection in Lightroom is just the letter P. So what I normally do is I stay in library mode, and then I go across till I see something I like. And let's see what I got here. Too wide. Let's see. Let's go back. And if you can see, I shoot a lot. I don't just shoot 2 shots. I kind of like that one. And the reason I like that one is a little bit of separation here. The horizon's off a little bit, but that can be adjusted. And I'll go back and, ooh, I like the lighting in that, but her hair is flying away. We'll pick that one. Okay, so those are our 2 picks for that series. And now we're going to go to the second series and do our selection. And if you notice, his head's in the shadow, and I remember going to him, hey, turn your head to the other side, and then that way we get them out of the shadow because there's a highlight above his head, and if his head was in the shadow, it would just not work at all. And there's her hair is out of the way, and her eyes are closed, and her hair's out of the way, which is okay, you know, that's good. I like that one. Okay, so now we go to filter, and I have four pictures. Again, I'm going for just 2 of these shots. I'm going to drop 2 of them. So let's see. This one, they're very similar. Oh my goodness. But this one's a little bit more to the right, and this one's a little more to the left. I'm going to go with the one more in the center. So I'll drop that one. That one's gone now. And this one, head apart, head together, head apart. It's a little bit lower though on the screen. And let's see which one we'll go with. I think we'll go with, I think heads apart looks a little bit more natural for me in that shot. Anyway, so let's work on this shot. First thing I do is I go to develop. I put on my straightener, which is located on the top right corner. It says angle, and then you just draw a line right across where you think it should be straight. And bang, it is straight. Now you have the white balance, which is right here. Put it on daytime, and you can see it's a little yellowy even through here. But so I'm going to do is I'll dial that back just a tiny bit. There we go. And we're going to bring down the highlights. Now instead of doing the contrast here, I'd like to do it here, where this is a tone curve, and I just let it do its thing right there. Boom. Now you lose a little bit of black right here, but you can bring that back with your shadow slider. See, it comes back a little bit. And then you want to bring those highlights down because that's really bright and kind of blown out for me. I'll bring that down a little bit. There we go. And then let's see the whites, bring that back down a little bit too. See how they're popping a little more now? Now, I like to do this just because it's what I like to do is bring just a gradient across here. And that's a cool thing about Lightroom is you have all these gradients and masks, all this stuff you can do to bring your image exactly where you want the focal point to be. So watch, I'll turn it on, turn it off. It's a little slight thing, but for some reason for me, I really like to do that. Now I'm going to go and flip that up. And now I'm going to bring up the contrast just a hair more down here with a dialer. And bring down the blacks a little bit. Not too much because then I'll lose that vest. Okay. And then there's options for sharpening and all that stuff. But for now, that's what I do. And that's it for that shot. It's done. Next shot, I'm just going to apply what I just did across. There we go. Balance it out a little bit. It seems like it's a little... I kind of want to bring down the top a little bit just because I think it's too much space on the top. I want to make it a little bit off center like that and make them right in the 2/3 of the center. Now I'm going to bring them down. They seem like they're a little too hot and down here is too dark. So let's see, what would I shoot this with? I shot that at 2.8 at 135, my 70 to 200. Let's slide that bad boy down a little bit. See, there we go. Now they look right about there. They look good, but you can see that in there. You have to get that in Photoshop. Get that hair out of her face, but that's not a big deal. Let's see. Let's bring down the clarity a little bit. Give it a little bit of a dreamy state. Bring up the shadows. And contrast is good. What is this picture missing? I don't know. You know what? I think that's it. Sometimes you have to look at a picture and come back to it. But I think that's it. I think that shot's done. I like how diffused and out of focus as everything is, but you can still tell what everything is. You can still see that's an island, 2 islands actually, side by side. And you can still see the flowers and the grass. So the napaka. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, just email me.